Jacqueline Harris has a Master in Social Work from Fordham University. She is a producer and talk show host of I Have a Dream Too, Empowering You. She is also the founder and CEO of a nonprofit organization called I Have a Dream Too, Inc. I had to. Just ask me. Jacqueline is an entrepreneur, empowerment coach, motivational speaker, and visionary. She believes that all people can redefine their purpose, their place, and their possibilities through determination, persistence, and tenacity. Jacqueline has begun to crystallize her goals. Without difficulty, she continues to make plans daily to achieve all possibilities. With her supreme confidence, determination, and disregard for obstacles and other people's criticisms, she will carry out her plans. Why? I have a dream too. Jacqueline knows she can dream anything she wants to dream. That's the beauty of the human mind. Jacqueline can do anything she wants to do. That is the strength of the human will. Most importantly, Jacqueline trusts herself to test all limits. This will be Jacqueline's courage to succeed. Come join me on this journey of empowerment because you have a dream too.
Good evening. Welcome to my show, I Have a Dream Too, and I'm your host, Jacqueline Harris. Tonight we have a very special program. I felt it was important before the holidays to be able to provide some information for women, especially during the shopping season. So I brought in my special guest, Miss Maria DiDio. She's a certified self-defense instructor. She carries many black belts. She's a second-degree black belt judo instructor. She's a certified women's self-defense instructor. She's a certified black belt in martial arts and certified personal fitness trainer. So she's here tonight to be able to provide some information to help women feel safe and empowered. So I'm going to welcome my guest, Miss Maria DiDio.
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So tonight, Maria will begin to talk about how she got started in this particular segment of her life, how she redefined her purpose, her place, her possibilities. So Maria, let's talk about it. How did you get all of this second-degree black belt and all the accolades that you have received? We haven't even begun to discuss that yet.
Well, yes. It's a long story.
Okay, well, we got time.
I started when I was younger. I was in my very early teens. I would say 12, 13, around that time period. I was being bullied in school. I went from one school system to another. And since I was a new kid on the block, I was easy to pick on. And you know how girls are. They can be pretty cruel.
Yes.
And they can be a little vicious. So I used to get picked on an everyday basis. It started almost, I believe, even before that, like in middle school. And I endured it for almost 2-3 years. And it's not as horrible as it is today, because I think because of the internet, it has become more vicious. But back then, it was pretty devastating and tragic for me.
Yes.
I was always a very, very timid young lady. I was very timid. I would cry in a drop of a hat. Wow. So I was very quiet, and that right there, unfortunately, is victim written all over that. So guess what happened? I was picked on one day before I went to school, and I was never hit, thank goodness, but I was threatened a lot.
Yes.
So the counselor got sick and tired of seeing me in her office and said, "Girl, you need some confidence. Why don't you go take a karate class or something?" So I was like, ding! I went to the nearest karate school, which was in my area, and I tried a class. And I was hooked.
Wow.
After 3 months, those same girls picked on me, and then that one day, they caught me in a parking lot. And I had enough.
Wow.
And again, no fingers will lift. It was just a lot of words, but instead of cowering, it says, "Don't hurt me, please, I just want to do this, please don't." I says, "Okay, let's go. You want to do this? You've been bothering me for 2 years, let's do this."
Right, it's on.
So I threw down myself, "Let's go." And they looked at me, and they backed off. I says, I was like practicing 3 months. I was getting bruised from head to toe in karate class. But then what struck me was it wasn't what I physically can do. that made them walk away. It was how I approached them and how I went back at them that made them walk away. And from that day, I was never bothered again.
Wonderful.
Never
Wonderful.
bothered again. And I just fell in love with the martial arts. That became my niche.
That's your niche, okay? So from that point on, in middle school, I guess that would be, and then in high school, you carried it out even further.
Correct. Correct. I continued with it. I never stopped. I became an instructor in 1988. I started teaching after I received my black belt. I started teaching at a couple of Ys, and I started teaching in my home school where I trained. And then I just moved on from there, and I never, ever stopped.
Okay. So now where did this all begin? You got your, your second degree black belt.
I started off in karate. I spent most of my years studying karate. Then I moved on to jiu-jitsu within that time frame. And then I fell in love with judo probably my early 30s. And then I got involved in that, and I just stayed with it. I competed all over the country, internationally, nationally. I just really enjoyed it and just kept up with it and never stopped.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So now as we go through, I noticed in reading your background and the sensei, what does that stand for? Sensei
just means teacher,
okay,
or the one with more knowledge. Sensei is used in the Japanese martial arts. Judo is a Japanese martial art. A lot of forms of karate are Japanese martial arts. There's also different terms for different, like Chinese martial arts, we have Sifu as an instructor name. But it just means teacher.
Okay, all right. So you also have a particular interest with women.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about that.
Being a woman, I understand our weaknesses. I understand our strengths. I understand that we have a lot of strength and we don't even know it.
Correct.
And I'll tell you right now, if a man has to give birth, we would not be populating the planet. So we have a lot of strength. What women fear is size, is a man's size, like how big they are. They're afraid that someone attacking them, because men could be aggressive. Women could be aggressive too, but if someone attacks them, the aggressiveness, because we don't want to fight. That's not what we do.
Right.
We nurture.
Right.
We nurture. We love. We protect. We would take a beating before we ever have a child or a cat or a dog, anything ever hurt, because that's our nature. That's our nature of who we are. However, we're afraid of that aggression. I don't say be aggressive. I say be assertive.
Assertive.
Learn to be assertive. Now, I could teach a woman all the techniques they could possibly know on how to defend themselves. However, if you don't have that assertive nature, or if you don't have that internal instinct to protect yourself and anything around you, what I'll be teaching you is fruitless.
Okay. So when we're talking about, and like I said, this evening was really about, as we're going into the holiday shopping season, and you're talking about being assertive. So it's not so much the aggression, but it's being assertive. Could you provide an example of what it means to be assertive?
Okay. Assertive meaning walking or conducting yourself in a manner where you are a pillar of strength. You look like a pillar of strength. You look like you're someone that's not to be messed with, not to be pushed around. That's a person who's assertive. That's a person that knows that they can't overpower in any way, either verbally, mentally, spiritually, or physically. And the way you go about it is just be confident.
Confidence, that's it.
Just
walking with your head high.
Exactly.
Right. So today, a lot of people are on their phones, earplugs in, they're walking, looking down at their phones. How does that definitely, you can be victimized just from that because you're not aware of your surroundings?
It's called awareness. I was just going to say that.
Right.
Awareness happens to be the big key factor of not getting or being a victim of a crime or being a victim of an attack. Know what's going on around you. There was an incident on Channel 12 News I just saw recently of a girl. She was on her phone, texting away, walking along, and two guys, they bum rushed her, hit her, took her phone, and ran. because she wasn't even aware they were around her.
That's it. So one of the important messages right now to start is be assertive.
Be assertive,
be
have
assertive,
confidence.
Be a pillar of strength, have confidence, okay, walk with confidence, and pay attention to your surroundings. We realize social media, people have to be tweeting and Facebook and looking what's going on, but now is the time to be able to not be into that and walk with that strength, that confidence, so that you're not look like a victim. Potential victim. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely true. You really have to project yourself as you know what's going on around you.
Right.
Because again, they are watching.
Right. They're prey. You're prey.
They are watching.
You gotta be cognizant of your surroundings and what's around you and what's happening. Because guess what? People are watching you.
At
Definitely,
all times.
at all times. You have no idea. All of a sudden, you're moved. And so I know tonight one of the things that you will be doing is demonstrating.
Correct.
Some movements, etc., which I think is really good, because I think it's important as women that we do feel safe. And it's not so much just women, but it's children as well, that they're safe. And that how important it is just, as you said, as being bullied, it wasn't the physical part, it became more of your words.
Exactly, and emotional.
Right.
If you cannot handle the emotional portion, you'll never handle the physical.
Right.
You have to build yourself emotionally. Build that strength from inside out.
Right.
That's what I really, really try to get across to the women that I teach. That you have to know that you are full of power. And a woman who is full of power, nobody wants to reckon with that person if they really are looking to hurt them in any way or take from them in any way. Matter of fact, I believe I told a story to my group that there was a woman that I was teaching. Actually, it was a group that I was teaching for nurses, and this woman happened to be a nurse. She was an older woman, cute. She's small. She's like maybe 4'11", if she was that. Her name was Teresa. If she's out there, Teresa, hello. She said to me, she was actually shopping for the holidays. She was in Manhattan. She was actually coming up from the subway. She had packages in her hand. Two men approached her and said, "Give me your money." She went right into their face and said, "What do you want?" Like really loud, like got into their face. And they said, "Sorry, ma'am, Merry Christmas," and they walked away.
Okay.
So she was 4'11".
Right. But she had power.
She showed them
Right.
They got scared. How can a small woman scare two men off?
Right.
Because maybe they thought she was crazy, or maybe with two guys going at she's yelling at us. But she had that power, and she asked me, "What do I do?" I said, "You just did
it right, exactly."
Congratulations.
Exactly. So again, just to kind of reiterate some of the things that you're saying is just knowing that women have a lot of power. Even practice it. You need to practice the power and the strength that you have within you, which I think is real important in terms of being able to know is to push through to that confidence level that I am a pillar of strength.
And it's instant respect.
Right. Exactly.
Instant respect.
As an individual. As an individual and as a woman. So I think that's real important. So you've been around the world, okay? You've done a lot of stuff, and now you have a 3rd-degree black belt in
karate.
You have a 2nd-degree black belt in also in karate.
Yes.
And I'm not good at pronouncing these words, so you're going to have to help me out, okay? Because I'm not even going to try to make a mistake here. So you'll have to just,
Sure, I'll tell you.
Tell me what those are. And what does that mean for anybody who's interested in getting into karate, and how that strengthens you and empowers you?
Well, there's all different levels and degrees when you enter a martial art. And I want to reiterate, too, self-defense itself is not a martial art. No one gets ranked in self-defense. It's just a tool to quick get out of a situation and survive.
Okay.
But martial arts is a great way to learn to build your confidence and learn how to work your body, that you're able to work repetitively on the techniques that you learn. There is different levels. You start off as a white belt, and you work up your way towards you get to a black belt. Black belt is, we could call it a shodan in Japanese systems, which means the first big step. It's not the end.
But it's the first big step.
Yes, it just shows you
Like the
you're
beginning.
an expert of all the basics.
The
Now you're
foundation.
ready to really learn. But it may take about 5 to 7 years to get to that level, just for one system. I've done many systems. I've also course trained in between, and I learned other different systems of karate and other martial arts. Jiu-jitsu, karate. I took a little Muay Thai with my friend Tony Garcia. He's in Manhasset. He's an excellent Muay Thai instructor. My coach, Mark Stanishevsky, he's out of Rockville Center. I train under him. I still train under Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under him, Judo. I also train under several other Judo black belts, which I'm very proud to be under as their student. I have a lot of different organizations that I am also currently under. So you build that rapport and you move on to different avenues and see what works for you.
Okay.
It's building that base to put in your knapsack, so to say,
Right.
and that makes you a better, well-rounded martial artist.
Okay. All right. Great. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Good evening and welcome back to I Have a Dream Too, and we are here this evening with my special guest, Maria DiDio. She is a certified self-defense instructor, and she was just sharing a lot of great information, particularly for women. That's why I chose her to be part of the show this evening, because as we enter into the shopping season, we want to be able to provide information to women that will be helpful to keep them personally safe and provide some awareness. So as we were just closing out before the break, you were talking about the different levels of karate that you have been in and that have taken you many places.
Yes.
In addition to that, you've done some work with the police department.
Well, with one individual who
Right.
happened to be an ex-detective, and he did a lot of work with me on weapons. And again, when you deal with the use of any type of firearm or knives or certain situations like that, that takes so much practice. I don't recommend anyone going out there taking a 1-hour course and thinking they can defend themselves. So it's very dangerous. When I'm talking to the women that I deal with, what if someone has a knife? Well, I tell them, put something between you and the knife. That's the bottom line. Don't think that you can, because if you learn a move that's going to work, you're going to get cut. You're going to get shot if someone has a gun. You have to really learn techniques to protect yourself, and to do it many, many times. Everything's repetitive. I would rather you just, here's my wallet. You can go away now.
Take it and go about your business.
Go about your business, and you've survived.
But with assertiveness.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Right. Take it and go.
I always tell my ladies too, don't carry the world in your pocketbook. Don't be very simple when you're especially going out. You take the bare minimum with you. You take everything with you. And you have all these bags, this huge big purses, the big purse that all these women love, like Michael Kors and this. And first of all, you're advertising, I have some money. Here it is. Okay? I'm a target. Okay? You actually might as well give them a sign. Try to stay as simple as possible. I keep my money on my person. I try to, anyway. I don't have my stuff with me right now. My pack is empty. But I keep my money on my person. That's what I usually do. And I always carry a dummy wallet. So with a couple of dollars in it, if it's okay, that's what they want the money anyway. They're not going to sit there and look at, excuse me, don't go yet. Continue to be my victim. Let me look at the money.
Right.
They're going to take what they're going to take, and they're going to go. Okay? The whole thing is you want to get out of there.
Right.
Okay? My philosophy is awareness. You must have to be aware what's going on around you at all times, as I said. And you also want to aggressively escape out of a situation. But the most important, you want to avoid that situation. Don't be in there to begin with. As you said before, the prime example, don't be on your cell phone, twittering away, or have the earphones with the blasting music. That right there is a target.
Yes.
With a big purse, what is going to happen? Yes, you could easily get robbed, especially around this time. It's very easy.
Right. I think you just said something very good where you said you keep your money on you, and then you also carry a dummy wallet, which I think is great because a lot of people don't do that.
No, no.
And so if you had to hand over your wallet, all I have is $1, well, that could either be great, or if the person is looking for more money than that, they may become more agitated or aggressive in nature to be able to say, well, they might need more money. So that could be good and bad, but I guess if you're doing it in an assertive way and speaking it, then that perhaps will deter them from taking advantage of you.
Yeah, they'll believe it. Here you go, that this is what I have. Try not to keep your ID keep it on your person. Don't keep it in your bag. I say that because your ID has your address on it.
Correct.
So now they know where you live. So they do steal your purse. They do steal all your belongings that you're carrying, the whole house in your purse. Now they know where you live. They know what you do. They know everything about you.
Right.
You want to put as less information as you possibly can about yourself out there.
So basically, it's don't carry your pocketbook. And if you do, keep your money on you, and perhaps carry a dummy wallet, which just has $1 in it. Okay, but all your personal ID is actually in a different location. It's on you. Go ahead.
And be minimal.
Yes.
Be minimal. If you have a card or you have a credit card, again, keep that one card on you and your cash. Don't have everything in your wallet stuffed in there, and that's not going to help you. It's going to help them.
Right. That's true. That's very true. Any other techniques that you can offer to the audience in terms of what they can do to be more aware, provide awareness for themselves during this holiday season? Well,
like the shopping mall itself or the shopping stores, of course you want to get the closest spaces as possible, but it's literally impossible half the time. You always want to try to park under lights.
Correct.
You also don't want to go alone shopping. Try to bring someone with you. There's power in numbers. But if you have to go alone, just stay aware. just stay with. Yes, keep your phone with you because you have the ICE, just for in case of emergency.
Right.
You can immediately press 911 if you have to. And if you have to press 911 for any reason, I always tell my students this. I tell them, always give them the location first. Because if you're on your, they do not have record of where you actually are. They know the tower you are in, but they don't know exactly where you are. It doesn't work like that. They'd have to go to the phone company for the GPS portion.
Right. Okay.
So immediately tell them exactly where you are. Tell them with your name and what's going on. If you tell them your location, they immediately send a car. They don't care what's going on. Apparently call 911 for a reason.
For a reason, right.
Okay? Because just in case the call gets dropped.
Correct.
So it's very important to do. That right there can save your life. It could save you, could save anything, it would save you from getting hurt or anything else.
Right, of course.
And for goodness sakes, don't ever, ever, ever go into a car with someone. If you feel someone's near your car or you feel uncomfortable when you're going into a parking lot, turn around and go right back into the mall. Talk to security. Get someone to go with you.
Right, because they have those cars that patrol throughout the parking lot and so forth, which is great. Parking under in the garages sometimes can be desolate, you know, poorly lit. Those type of things is important to say, you know, let's park out in the open and so forth. I think that's really good. Was there anything else you wanted to add to that, then, in terms of any other techniques, especially during this holiday season?
I think just mostly be aware.
Just be aware. Okay.
Exactly. And if something doesn't feel good or look good, it's not.
Follow your gut feeling.
Follow
usually
your gut.
tells you, hey, something is not right. So, you also a rape prevention counselor or instructor, rather.
Instructor.
So, just what is that about, and how did you get involved with that?
Well, it runs hand in hand on self-defense, but more on a personal level. I've had many students who were unfortunately victims of sexual assault. And they have come to me, unfortunately, after the fact. And, you know, mostly to build confidence. And everything that I taught them during my sessions is like, wow, I wish I knew. Wow, that could have easily stopped the situation. Wow. But I also tell them, I stress to them, don't ever, ever, ever blame yourself.
Correct.
This is never your fault. Nothing that happened that had anything to do with you. It was all them. It's all on them. The only thing I could tell for future situations, and pray that that will never, ever happen to you, ever again, or anybody else for that matter, and may never happen. The only thing I could say to you, if you were ever attacked, make sure you report the incident. And make sure you give full description on everything. Because you are a survivor.
Right.
Whether you know the person or not, this person has to be stopped, and you're the person to do it.
Right.
Don't be scared. Even if they threaten your life, do not be scared, because they'll do it to somebody else. Or they can come back and do it to you.
Right.
This does happen because now they feel that they have power over you. Take the power back.
Right. Exactly. So then we also look at, in terms of children and the things that you have done for them, which is real important. So for right now, we're going to take a little break, but I want to thank those who are watching on Cablevision, and you'll hold off until next week to see the second part of Miss Maria DiDio. She'll be doing some actual instructive performance on techniques that are great to learn and to watch. But for those of you who are watching live through internet, don't sign off, because we will be right back.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York. And we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Let our creativity work for you. We design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com. Let our creativity work for you. We design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com. Let our creativity work for you. We design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com. Let our creativity work.
Welcome back. Now we're going to have Maria, who's here this evening, to show us some techniques to keep us safe and to unleash some fear and become more assertive and aware. So Maria?
Yes. I'm here.
So you're going to demonstrate some techniques for us.
Yes, yes, I am.
And can you tell us who you have there with you?
Well, I have Bob here.
Bob, okay.
He's the strong and silent type.
Yes, we like those kind.
I like those kind. As you can tell, he works out a lot. He's a little dirty, though, but that's okay. I'm just going to demonstrate some techniques that are very, very simple. Anyone can do this. As you know, because as you see, Bob is very, very strong and muscular. Mm-hmm. That's what most people are afraid of, this big guy coming after you.
Right.
So this is a good example of what to do in a situation where someone big is going to attack you, what to do. What I always tell my students is always keep your hands up. Keep your hands up to this position right here.
Okay.
Even when you're in general conversation, when you're walking and talking to somebody, always keep your hands at a mid-level position, just in case you got to bring your hands up, because you don't know what people are going to do, especially if you don't know them.
So keep them at a mid-level position.
Exactly. You could be standing naturally and just normally, but always keep the hands in this level. So just in case someone does decide they want to punch you, you can step forward and keep your hands forward. Now I just said something very important, step forward. Why would you step forward if you're being attacked? Wouldn't you want to step back? I'll tell you why you'd step forward. Because you're going into their center. You're taking the power away from them by they got to retreat now to get a punch off on you. Okay? And believe me, how crazy that sounds, it does work. Keeping your hands up, and I also tell them, hands up and scream no. Now the scream is a very, very important tool. The scream helps you not only, number one, to get whatever you're trying to do very strongly out upon the person. Number two, it relieves the stress. It relieves the stress totally, so you can focus and figure out what you're going to do next. And number three, it scares the bejeebies out of the person that you're attacking.
Right, and that's that assertiveness that you were talking about, that you have to scream the hardest no that you have ever screamed before.
Exactly.
Yes.
No! Really, really loud right in their face. That usually will probably end the situation, but if they want to take it further, you have different tools. Now, I always tell my self-defense students, never, ever, ever punch someone. Number one, if you're not trained and you don't know how to punch, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't punch physically. Use different tools. I always use the fingertips. And where would you put the fingertips? Someplace in a soft tissue area, like right here in the eye.
In the eye.
Now, I don't know if anyone here watches UFC. These big burly guys. They're really, really tough. They get in the ring and they go at it. All of a sudden, a glove grazes one of the guy's eyes. They got to stop the fight. It's a whole world has to come to an end right that moment in time because they cannot handle the strike or this graze against the eye. It hurts very, very badly. So that alone actually stop an attack, okay? So imagine a strike to the eye with your fingertips going straight into someone's eye. That itself will be devastating to the person. That might even cause shock. Then I always say fingertips are great. Also, you can use other tools to put something into your eye. I may say you don't want to use your fingertips because it's kind of gross. You can use different things like, I don't know, keys. Keys are another useful tool. I brought my keys with me. Now, if they say, oh, put them through your fingers, don't do that. Pretend you're turning on a car. Pretend you're turning a key into the house, right into the person's eye. Bam, right there. You can also put it into the throat, too. Another very, very sensitive area. If you feel your throat right here, you know, just like this, you know how sensitive that is. Well, I don't care how big and burly the person is. If you strike right in the middle of the throat right here, they're not going to be able to breathe. So now they can't breathe, they can't see. Okay? Striking here, and also, again, keeping the hand up the whole time because they could be coming at you punching. Okay? So now you have a weapon. The weapon's legal. You don't have to go get a gun. You don't have to go get a knife. You don't have to get pepper spray or mace. You have legal instruments right at your own disposal. Another illegal instrument, remember the pen is mightier than the sword? Use a pen. A pen right in the throat. I don't know if anybody watched that movie Casino. It's a pretty gross scene with Joe Pesci putting into a pen in someone's throat. There you go. It does the job. You don't have to use your own fingers to impale anybody. Okay?
And I think that's why it's a good idea not to carry a large bag, because your keys drop down to the bag. So when you're digging,
excuse me, Mr. Attacker,
I gotta get my keys.
Hold on.
Right.
It's not going to work. Exactly. Always keep keys in your hand when you're on your shopping sprees. Number one, you'll know where it is at all times, so you can get into your car 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And also that it could be used as a weapon. Just God forbid you should be, attacked in any way. Number 3 is finding all the weak points. The eyes, I said, the throat, the groin is another good area of because kick him in the groin. Yeah, you can kick him in the groin. Why not? Knee him in the groin is even better. Get close enough. That's why I say step in, because now you have more of a target to strike. Now you're the aggressor. Now you're the attacker, not the victim.
Okay.
Okay. Another area to strike is a palm heel strike, which I consider this part of the hand. Anyone can break a brick with this part of the hand. It's very, very strong.
No kidding. You can break a brick?
I probably can. Anyone can.
Wow.
Yes, because this is a very strong portion of your hand. You won't hurt yourself if you hit somebody, but you'll hurt them tremendously. Imagine this portion of the hand going up into someone's nose.
Got it.
That's going to be very painful. And all these techniques can be used in any situation, whether they're standing in front of you, grabbing you from behind, the side, on the floor, no matter where you are. These techniques all work. Anyone can use them. You could be 5 years old, you could be 90 years old. You poke someone in the eye, they're going to stop attacking. That's
excellent. That's really excellent. It's awesome that those simple things that really don't cost any money can save your life. Can save your life. So I think that's great, because now when you talk about, you have someone else here where you can show some techniques as well if you're being, again, physically attacked, etc. So if he wants to join us, we can do that also.
Sure.
That would be great to show some physical activity and ways to prevent any type of crime.
Yes.
Right. So we're going to take a little break, set up for that, and we'll be right back.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For you, we design business cards, brochures, annual reports, newsletters and magazines, menus and programs, flyers and mailers, signs and posters, and more. We also do voiceovers. First impressions matter. Make yours count with an expressive voice artist. Distinctive, warm, soothing, natural delivery that can add believability and appeal to any audio project. Contact us to discuss how we can make your project a success. Sierra Graphics. That's info@sierragraphics.com.
Hey, hello, we are back. And we are back now with Maria. She's going to show us some techniques with her partner here, Mario. And so, hey, Maria, you're the fast lady. You take it.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Well, basically, of course, it's good to have, Bob's great, but he doesn't have arms. So this young man does. So I'm going to show you this different area, how to aggressively escape out of a situation. So if he's coming at me, and he grabs my wrist, all right? He's grabbing my wrist, all right? Common sense is like, I want to go this way. And what's he going to do? He's going to pull me towards him. That's normal. Now, if I keep on pulling, all I'm doing is wasting my own energy because he is stronger than me. He's much stronger. He's bigger, stronger, faster, whatever it is. Again, I'm here. He's grabbed me. What do? I keep my hands up. Okay, my hands up protecting my head because you never know when that hand's going to come up me and go to strike me. Okay, so my hand's here protecting myself. I'm going to step into him. Oh, that's crazy. Step into the attacker. Like I said, you're taking his space. So when he's grabbing me, I'm stepping in. Look where he is. I'm blocking his hand, and I'm right here. Where's my fingers? Into the eye. Okay? I can follow it up into the throat as well. So he grabbed me. I stepped in. Boom. In the eye. I could strike here into the throat. I have all the areas, all my targets right in front of me. I don't have to go look for it. Okay?
And at the same time, you're screaming no.
Of course.
There you go.
Always scream no. So if he's grabbing me, boom, I strike, no, no, screaming as loud as I can and scaring the bejeebies out of him. He doesn't want any part of this. He's running away. Okay? If he goes and grabs and strikes, so he grabs me, boom, and strikes, I have my hand up protecting my head. Of course, he's going to try to go a couple of times. He's going to keep on striking. A couple of times, boom, boom. Again, I still have that right here. I could grab him too, knee him in the groin, maybe elbow him across the face, maybe elbow him in the throat, wherever it is. I have him here. If he's striking with the other hand, it's not going to. I can still attack him. The fingertips, as I said, the simple technique, just like that, going into someone's eye. Remember, I am not making a fist. I'm not physically punching him. I'm taking what I have in front of me. I'm using it for me. Okay? That's how you now are considered the attacker, but really you're defending yourself.
Correct.
All right?
Correct.
I am getting in his circle, and when I get in his circle, he wants to do what? Step back so he can get punches off.
So lunge forward.
Always go into the attack.
Go into the attack.
Don't go away. And
right.
The more he attacks, the weaker he is. Now he becomes more defenseless if he attacks. It sounds crazy, but it's true. Because he's coming into the circle, I'm coming at him, I'm right here.
So now if he throws you down to the ground, is there something that you can demonstrate from that?
Yes, absolutely. So say he gets me to the ground. I'm going to go down to the ground. He just threw me down. Okay, and there's also techniques to learn. Like I teach my students how to fall properly. So if you do get pushed, you won't hurt yourself.
Okay.
Always tuck your chin if you get thrown to the ground because you don't want your head to hit the ground and get knocked out. So I'm on the ground. He goes to come after me. I use my feet. I use my legs against him. Look, against the groin, right here. I'm over here. And if he does happen to get in what we call the guard in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, say he gets between my legs, boom, okay? And he goes to go striking, boom, like this. I still have my feet. I put my feet into his hips, and now I can do the same technique from the floor.
Okay.
Into the eye. He's going to grab his eye. It's going to hurt him. I go into his nose. I could go into his throat. He's giving me that situation, and I'm still keeping him in check with my feet.
Okay, so you have a lot of feet activity, which is you're using for protection as well.
Exactly.
And then at that same time, with your feet, you're also utilizing your hands as well to be able to utilize for the eyes, for the neck.
Where's my hands?
And you're still keeping your hands up. So the whole idea of this is really keep your hands up. Utilize the soft spots, okay, which is the eyes and the neck. And then if you get thrown to the ground, utilize your feet punching into the groin or kicking or kneeing into the groin area. And those are simple things to remember. So ladies, if, and God forbid anything happens, keep those techniques in your back pocket. Not in the big pocketbook that you're carrying, you know, because you'll need your keys. if you have to use them. But so that's been great. Thank you so much for sharing that. And
can I show one more?
Sure you can. Sure.
A lot of women are very scared of this. Someone grabbing from behind, especially grabbing hair. Okay? Grab the hair. With grabbing the hair, you want to go into the person. Hands up, go in. You're following your hair. You don't have to pull your hair out. Okay? So he'd be yanking on your hair. Boom. Right here. And that's when you strike again.
Okay, with the palm of your hand.
With the palm, fingers, right.
Anything, soft spot. Okay.
They never expect you to go towards them. They expect you to run away.
Correct. So lunge in, use your hands, use your feet if necessary, kick in the groin, or not kick in the groin, nudge in the groin, or whatever it is. And those are simple techniques. Use your keys if you have to. So that's some good information I think is important for women, for anybody who's being attacked and so forth. So thank you on sharing that information. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this. You'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
Welcome back. And we've had some really, really good techniques demonstrated by Maria and her partner Mario. So Maria, this has been great information. I love the techniques. I ain't messing with you. Okay, you fierce, all right? I have to give that to you. I will not be getting into an argument with you at all, okay? You're a fierce lady. So all of this is about confidence. This is about breathing. This is about assertiveness. This is about awareness. Where can people find you to be able to perhaps get some more information in your classes, etc.?
Right now, I'm working at the American Academy of Self-Defense at 297 Bayshore Road, right in Deer Park. Our number there is 516-667-5001. I do private training with a lot of my clients, especially if they have certain needs that they have already have been attacked and they want specific study. I also do private group training because, again, it's geared towards the individual. I also teach kickboxing there.
Okay.
So we have kickboxing 4 days a week.
Wow.
And we also teach judo, co-ed judo.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Excellent program.
And then you spoke just a little bit about the bullying program that's coming up soon.
Yes, I'm actually doing a segment on push-pause for Verizon 1. We're going to have a class at the same day, at the same location, I'm sorry. And it's going to be on Monday. And they're going to do a segment on bullying, and we're going to work with the children there on the bullying program.
So very much needed. So absolutely, so very much needed. Yes. So this is great. I would love for you to come back and be able to talk about the bullying program and how that's going on. I think we always need to be able to just refresh ourselves in terms of being able to keep safe and feel empowered through this whole process. Absolutely. And your classes are available through your website, which you said is
www.womenfightbackselfdefense.com. It's all one word.
Okay. And they could find you on Facebook as well under Maria DiDio?
Yes,
DiDio.
Maria DiDio, Rose and Thorns, self-defense.
Rose and Thorn. How did you come with Rose and Thorn?
We're beautiful as roses, but we had those thorns.
There you go. Hello, I love that. I love that, definitely. So, and Twitter, they can also find you on Twitter. Can they follow you on Twitter?
Yes, Judo Girl 08.
Judo, Judo, Girls
08.
08. So you can follow her on Facebook. You can follow her on Twitter as well. And absolutely go to her website. You'll find more information about her classes and personal, individual instruction that she provides as well. And so, like I said, definitely come back and share all the new updates and things that you're developing for 2015. And as we close out on the show, as always, I love to give a little quote as it pertains to the segment of the show. And so my quote for this evening is, each time we face our fear, we gain strength, courage, confidence in doing. So I think that's what it's about, is the confidence and the courage that we need to be able to import in ourselves and find in ourselves to be able to release the fear. Correct. And unleash the fear. And that's what it's about, that you no longer have to be fearful, although it is frightening to be attacked by someone. And you've said you've never had to utilize those techniques except demonstrating since you were in middle school.
Yeah, correct.
Nobody ain't messing with you since middle school. So I thank you again for coming on to my show, as I Have a Dream Too. And we're here every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on Madhousetv Studios. And anything else you want to say in reference to?
I want to thank you for having me down and sharing my knowledge with everybody. Thank you for having me.
Right.
And
very knowledgeable.
Look for me at www.womenfightbackselfdefense.com.
Great, perfect. Thank you. And this has been an awesome evening. And thank you for all the awareness that you provided, the education. And, of course, your partner, Mario, over there, who's been great, okay, the solid partner. That's been awesome as well. And so this is good. And we'll be back next Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Thank you and have a good night.